Yes.
Hello, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. We live. Let me put my mic up a little bit. We are at Enda's Boutique, and I know you hear a feedback, so we're gonna try to make this thing happen. It's good to see everybody. We are live in Duncanville, Texas, and I got my girl next to me, Alessi
Hey.
Johnson.
Hey,
What's
hey,
up? What's up? Y'all give a
hey.
hand clap so they know we got some real people here. Yes. This is not radio version. I know y'all used to me being on the radio doing this way back in the day, but this is real. And we have an amazing, wonderful African American sister. She was with me live with her group of girls, gals, whatever you want to say, whether you're from Texas or California. And they released an amazing book, a collaborative book of women who are doing amazing things in their communities as moms. Uh-oh. So that's okay. We're good. So we have people here. We're social distancing. So that's why you see us doing this via Zoom. So because I don't have my mask on, she doesn't either. So we are away from each other. So we don't want to hear no gang about that. But you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to open up my space to be able to support independent authors, especially the sisters. You know, we are doing things and our voices need to be heard. People need to know what we're doing out there in the communities as moms, as entrepreneurs. And so this is another way for me to be able to support the community that I live in, that I support, that I appreciate. And you know, I appreciate when the sisters are doing it. So she contacted me. She asked me, hey, how can we get this book in your bookstore? How can I support your bookstore by using your bookstore as a platform? And so here we are today. It didn't even take a long time, right? It was like
No, not at all.
kind of a quick move. Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes it takes me a minute to catch up and catch on, but we're here. So say hello to everyone and let them know a little bit more about yourself. And then we're going to do a quick interview like we did before, but now we're here live. So we're going to have you do a little reading of your book as well. Okay?
Awesome, awesome. Well, hi guys. Thank you for joining me, Alessi Johnson, and also Miss Enda at Enda's BOOKtique. I love it. When I discovered her, I thought the name BOOKtique was very, very special, and it was unique, and it was different. And so I said I have to learn more about Miss Enda, what she's doing, and also what she's doing for the community, and also the culture of African Americans. So big ups to you, Miss Enda. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Now, let me show you. We got some of our wonderful friends are here. So I just want to give some love to your friends that came out to support you, and to your family, and to your husband, everyone that's just doing some amazing things. And we've got an amazing photographer here too. So, you know, I feel like this is like for real, because we have a photographer up in here taking pictures and make sure my hair was right, you know, all those things. So let me say this. Let's ask a couple of questions, and I'm going to forward this to two of my other pages for people who are watching us live, and talk to us a little bit about this project and why you decided to be part of this project.
Yes. Well, this project, it's something that has been going on. And I want to take the time to talk a little bit about the visionary behind the project, Dr. Sherry Walton. She is a renowned speaker. She's an author, and she is the visionary behind this book. And one of the great things that she is doing is empowering women, teaching them to learn about their power and use it. And also, she gives people tools to activate those things. So, what made me say yes to this project is just everything I've been through, everything that I've done and been through as a mother, and then as a young mother. One of the great things about this project is that I'm one of the youngest power moms of this book.
Right.
And so the beauty in that is that I get to speak to the young mother, the young woman who's starting out, and I also get to figuratively represent other women who are reading this book that may be older than me, and also I could be a reflection of them and their younger selves, so that when they read my chapter, maybe they can go back and reflect on some of the things they did at my age,
Right.
which is 30.
Right.
So I said yes to the project because I want younger readers, younger moms to understand that you don't have to have it all to, embrace your power. You don't have to be necessarily where you want to be in life to, walk into your purpose. So just start.
Right.
And so that's my purpose for saying yes to this project.
And I appreciate you just saying yes. Sometimes we say, let me get my money together, which is important. Sometimes we say, let me get my life in order, which is important. But, it's always going to be something going on, right? It's never going to be a perfect situation. It's never going to be, you can come on in, you can make the noise, get the bookstore. Come on in. You don't have to creep, walk up in here. You just come on through. We good, we live. So we at the bookstore. Yes. It's going to be some noise. Enda. So, I'm glad you said that, because sometimes people procrastinate their future and making moves because their life is not perfectly, packaged the way they want it to be. But what I've learned as an entrepreneur is sometimes you can't wait on that. Your life begins to evolve and your pathway begins to do what it's supposed to do and open up when you start making moves, right? Plus, when you start making moves, some of the shenanigans start shaking off of you.
Yes,
it's not until you make moves, that the shenanigans shake off. Versus if you're staying still, you're not doing anything. Things begin to pile on top of you. Negativity. The enemies. Self-doubt. Self-doubt. And you can be your own worst enemy. The enemy can be your worst enemy. Mm-hmm. So you wrote your portion of this book, and let's talk about who was the audience that you were writing to when you wrote your part of the book.
Well, my pull, and I love it because it's not unique to a specific category of people or anywhere. It's for anyone that's reading the book that has not dealt with unaddressed trauma.
Wow, that's important.
And it's important because sometimes trauma can help have us staying stagnant. Mm-hmm. And of course we don't want to do that. No. Yeah. And we need to learn how to deal with that. So that's where you're coming from as it relates to that, right? Absolutely. So in writing the book, what was the most challenging parts for you when you wrote your part of the book? The most challenging part was the emotion, the emotions that I was going through it, processing those emotions. Right. One of the parts of healing is processing. Right. And so when you start to process, you go through so many emotions, almost as if you lost someone. Wow. You go through those stages of grief. Right. But there's grief, there's rage, there's anger, there's, happiness, there's, not joyful times, just those type of emotions going through those things. So it was a lot to go through, but it helped me to assess where I was. It also helped me to process, and now I'm able to move forward. So, if you're just joining us, of course, I'm Jean, the owner and founder of Enda's BOOKtique. I have an amazing sister who's here during her book signing, Alessi Johnson, and she brought family and friends. We have social distancing. We having fun. We have some good music. And when I say family, we got we have a generation of folks up in here. We got the children, we got the babies, we got the mamas, we got the daddies. It's just a nice little flavor in Duncanville, Texas. So I want to ask you this and share with the audience. Of course, you talked about what was most challenging for you as a brand new author, right? Yes. What did you learn about yourself being a brand new author, writing your story pen to paper, right? What I learned about myself is that I don't give myself enough credit. Okay. I believe that I'm stronger than I give myself enough credit for. Right. I used to doubt my ability to just do. But writing this book saying yes to this book, going through with this book, and not pushing it off or using any other obstacle, even my child,
Right.
to say, oh, I can't get this done.
Yes.
I'm most proud of that.
Right. I love that. Okay, you've got to open up your book to your chapter and read a little excerpt from your parts of the book. And if you're just now joining us, I have Alessi Johnson, who is one of the co-authors for Power Moms. We did a fantastic interview with all of the ladies, or most of the ladies, who were co-authors of the book, and of course the visionary of the book on Tuesday. So you can scroll down to the Facebook page. You can also put it on the YouTube channel for those of you who don't have Facebook. And I was just blown away, and I was excited and impressed by the caliber of the women who were participants. And this is the third version of her book, The Power Moms. Yes. So I really do love it. Go ahead and read the next of the book.
Yeah, so I'm just going to read a little part of the book. And I talk a lot about unaddressed trauma, but I also go into how I found myself.
Okay.
How I began the healing process.
Okay.
And so I wanted to reflect on the part of my chapter where it's when I began to choose myself. Because one thing about trauma is once you begin to heal from it, then you get to experience, the joys of being free. So I'm gonna read that.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Also, before I go into it, I want to let you know that when you read the book, I also give you steps on, how to identify the trauma that you've been through. And I also give you steps on how to process any traumas that you identify after reading my chapter. So
I love it. I love it.
Go into reading that. For my 27th birthday, I took a trip to Austin, Texas with a young lady named Alma that was part of my newfound tribe. And we had the time of our lives. As we were touring the city, she brought me to this place known as the Wall of Graffiti. Alma became excited about this place and the view before us because she is an artist herself. It was partly cloudy that day, but still bright out. I had to shield my eyes to look at the top of the wall because it was so high. I opened my mouth and said, wow, this wall is so high, you barely can see the top of it. Alma looked at me and says, I know, let's climb to the top so we can get a better view. I looked at her like I was crazy and I said, do what? She looked back at me and she said, let's climb it. I started backing up, pushing my hands away, pushing them forward and saying, no, can't do. Alma stopped, and with the calmest look in her eyes, she says, take my hand. I swear when she looked at me with her hand reached out, I did not see Alma anymore. I seen the face of God using a soul to speak to me. I obeyed and grabbed her hand. I was hesitant at first, but I began to trust that we were going to make it to the top of that wall. Slowly, the fear that I had started to fade because I began to believe. We made it to the top of that wall, and boy, what a beautiful view it was. This man-made creation overlooked the city of Austin. I felt like I was on top of the world. When we made it to the top, I looked a moment to view the city that looked back at me. As the wind started to blow through my hair, I declared that from that moment forward, I choose to choose me. This was more than just a trip for me. It was a defining moment in my life that helped me to make a shift in things. After having to deal with the loss of a woman I considered my second mother, losing my vehicle and leaving my hometown, yet welcoming a new life all at the same time made me exhausted. I felt like I was stuck with the inability to use my God-given gift he gives to every woman to birth things in the atmosphere. At this time, I was unable to identify who I was and own my newfound responsibility of who I had become. But this beautiful moment on the hilltop of the wall that day was the first reminder of who I am. Often as women, we put ourselves last, taking care of everyone else around us. Do not be afraid or feel guilty for taking time for yourself and for your own self-care. It is okay to choose to take care of yourself.
Okay. I'm just, I'm all up in my feelings right now. That was deep. I had to take the camera off. I was like, ooh, let me take the camera off of me and focus on. Y'all give it up for Alessi, everybody. That's wonderful. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. Man, if you weren't connected to that, we're praying for you. That was an amazing read.
Thank you.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you.
Thank you for opening up in such a way. Let's talk about how, of course, to get a copy of her book, you got to come to the bookstore, Enda's BOOKtique. We're uploading it to our website so you can purchase it. But we also want you to follow Alessi. So Alessi, give them your social media information.
Yes. Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram. It's like, what is that? _Alessi Johnson _. At Facebook, Alessi Johnson. At LinkedIn, Alessi Johnson.
Fantastic. All right. So there it is. It's one of the sisters of the Power Moms, and she is doing wonderful things. She is here in the Metroplex area, and so she has a fantastic and amazing story. You got to go get a copy of the book. Again, the book will be available to you on our website, endasbooktique.com. Yes. This is a great Christmas present for you and for other people. And we want to say thank you all who have come out to support her here at the bookstore. You want to give a shout out to anybody? Yes,
I want to give a shout out to all the other Power Moms of this book. Listen, I'm just a small, minute factor part of this book. I shared this book with 8 other co-authors. I did state that I was the youngest Power Mom, but one of our oldest Power Moms is 69. So these are some phenomenal women who are on a mission, who are inspiring women in their own communities, in their own ways. So no matter what age you are, I want to encourage you to get this book, whether you're a young woman, whether you are a mother yourself, get this book so that you can possess the power that you have. One thing about power is an acronym.
Yeah.
So P stands for persevere. O is for overcome. W is for win. E is to empower. And R is for you to be restored. So guys, thank you so much, Miss Enda.
I love that. All right. So you guys, please make sure you go follow my sister on Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. Thank you for supporting us at Enda's BOOKtique. This is what's up. We're in Duncanville, Texas. In case you didn't know, on Main Street, 428 North Main Street, in the beautiful downtown of Duncanville, Texas. It's a small downtown, but we're here. And I want to thank everyone again for being here and coming in and showing some love to our bookstore and to our bookstore Arthur. And it's just been really, really great. All right, so I'm going to go and we're going to end this Zoom, but I'm going to let y'all kind of see what's going on at the bookstore while we are live. So y'all hold tight. Alessi, you can go ahead and sign off and you get to go. Bye, guys. All right. So again, for more information about our bookstore, go to our website. It's www.endasbooktique.com. That's endasbooktique.com. God bless.